Welcome to Temple Baptist Church, our devotional time. We are honored that you take the time out of your day to join us in a short devotional, a short look at God's Word. And we're going to be in Psalms chapter 88, and we're going to look at verses 1 through 13. And again, I don't want to take up our time in reading all of that. I want to get us the highlights of it. The book of Psalms is really a hymn book of ancient Israel. Over the 150 psalms that are there, there include songs of weeping, where the writer who are faced with difficult times and painful and confusing circumstances pour out their heart to God in lyrics to God. And some people believe that nearly 1/3 of the Psalms are personal or of nature. The crying, the weeping. They see some features that are there. A description of dilemma in our text that there today in 3 and 9. The asking of questions in verse 10 and 12, and then calling out to God in the midst of unpleasant circumstances, verses 1 and 2, doing that, and then 9 and 13 again, and more they hope in the praise of God. So look at Psalms chapter 88 and verse 1. Lord, you are the God who saves me. Day and night I cry out to you. And let's go and look at verse 2. May my prayer come before you. Turn your ear to my cry. And it goes on in verse 3, I'm overwhelmed with trouble. He goes on to say all the things that are there. In verse 6, you've put me in the lowest pit, in the darkest depth. Just really crying his heart out to God, looking for some relief from the situations that was there. In the comic strip Peanuts, the very enterprising character Lucy advertises for some psychiatric help for 5 cents. And of course, Linus finds his way into her office and acknowledges his deep feeling of depression. And then when he asked her what he could do about the condition, her reply was, snap out of it, 5 cents, please. Well, that's a little lighthearted entertainment, isn't it? Bring maybe a momentary smile to our face, but the sadness and gloom of life that can grip us, and it does do that, happens, and it's not easily dismissed. Is it not that easy just to snap out of it? If it was, we would do that, but sometimes we need some professional attention, and I think a good place to get attention is from the Bible, but if you need more than that, you find a professional. Lucy's advice here was not helpful in addressing the real anguish, but in Psalms chapter 88, the writer here, he offers some instructions, some hopefulness for us. That's just, old saying is, a truckload of trouble had arrived at his doorstep, and he saw was raw honesty. What we're seeing here, he's being honest, he's being real about it, and he pours out his heart to God. He said, I am overwhelmed with trouble, and my life draws near to death, in verse 3, and you have put me in the lowest pits, in the darkest depths, verse 6. Darkness is my close friend, verse 18. And I think we can hear, I think we can feel, and maybe perhaps even identify with the pain that the writer of Psalms chapter 88 is going through. We do that, and he cries about it, but he goes on to say, Lord, you are the God who saved me. Day and night I cry out to you. May my prayers come before you. Turn your eyes to my cry. And he's doing things to, coming to some practical steps to meditate upon and do that. But you may need some special help. But never abandon hope in God. God is our hope. God is our refuge. But I cry to you for help, Lord, in the morning. My prayers come before you. If you're having difficulties in your life today, just call upon the Lord. Cry out to Him. You may feel like He's left you in despair, but He has not. He's right there beside you. May God bless you. Come to our services here at Temple Sunday morning. We have an 8 o'clock worship service, followed by Sunday school at 9, another worship service at 10, and then Sunday night our services that are 6, Wednesday night at 7. May God bless you is our prayer.